anymore. They need to be great.
I give credit to the New York Yankees.
On this gorgeous May afternoon on the campus of Joseph Case High School, we at the Sports Saga podcast make history. Our first full game broadcast coming to you from Judge Aguilar Field. The Case Cardinals, they're winners of 2 of their last 4. Jacob Poitras takes the bump today. They welcome in the Wareham Vikings. Hi everybody, I'm Brady Kudo along with my main man, Keegan Hamlin. We'll be joined by Tyler Sumner in just a few moments. Okay. You've got the Cardinals. They're 4-9. Despite this, they're inches off a playoff spot. They can win today. They go to 5-9 and put themselves in great position for an awesome month of June.
And right now they stand at 28th out of 32 in that Division IV MIAA power rankings. And games like this, again, this Wareham side, although the record, it doesn't speak for themselves because this is a team that can put on a lot of runs when they want to. And this game for Case is very important as we get down the stretch.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they've struggled 0-14. But one thing they haven't struggled with, the coaching. Chris Cabe has put them in positions to succeed all year, but they haven't been able to get over the hump yet, although this is a very, very young team.
Yeah, and when you have a coach like Chris Cabe, who used to be the manager of the New Bedford Bay Sox of the New England Collegiate League, and this Wareham side has played better on the road than they have at home. So we'll see if this can be another advantage for them.
It's Chris Cabe versus Dave Olmschneider in a fascinating matchup for coaches. And for more on these coaches, especially Dave Olmschneider, we send it to the third member of our team, Tyler Sumner.
What's going on, guys? Just spoke to Coach Olmschneider, and he said that Jacob Poitras for the Case Cardinals, the pitcher, needs to step up big today so that the Case Cardinals can come out on top today behind Jacob. Another reason that the Case Cardinals have to win this game is to get the defensive stops and get contact on the ball. That happening gets another victory in the sweep over the Wareham Vikings in this game today.
Thank you, Tyler. We are underway in moments. With Matt Gattain, the shortstop, stepping in. His first pitch is strike one. We are underway with Jacob Poitras taking the mound. He does have one start to his name. Normally playing over at third. This one skips away from Duquette. One start to his name. Has pitched 12 innings all year. He's only given up 6 runs, so in what is very expected to be a low-scoring game, I'd say the right guy's on the mound.
Yeah, and that's going to go on both sides, too, as this one is fouled back towards the parking lot.
1-2, the count to Gattain. And the first ever full game we're bringing you here at the Sports Saga podcast, the 1-2. This one's on the ground, a short for Adam Gracie. And Gattain beat it out. So Matt Gattain will take first on the infield single.
That was a very slow roller to Adam Gracie at short. And sometimes when you're throwing it, you want to be careful when you throw it. So he didn't rush it, and that was probably good because it could have rolled away for an error.
Junie Suarez, the senior second baseman, steps in. Gattain, one of the faster guys in the SEC as he dives back in safely. Dylan Amaral applying the tag. Amaral getting the starter first. Jackson McLean at second. Gracie at short. Christian Chapman at third. Another check on Gattain. Left to right is Lucas Saltmarsh, Will LaBeouf, and Lucas Bulio, with Duquette doing the catching. This one's hit the outside corner for strike one.
And you mentioned in the infield and outfield, too, for the Case Cardinals. Most of these players are multi-sport athletes. So when you realize how big of a game this is, you look at their positioning in other sports too, and they're used to this pressure that can be put on them.
The 0-1, Gatane goes, Duquette ups and fires, and he is under the tag. So Gatane steals second. Runner now in scoring position, no outs in this first inning. See Chris Cabe, manager coaching seventh season in Wareham. He's had his ups and downs with this program. Is a hack and a miss, and it's 0-2. Like we said in our open, Keegan, it's a young team, but there's a lot of talent, really on both sides of the baseball.
Yeah, and just look at the Wareham side. Wareham's one of the schools where the high school starts at 8th grade. So they're going to have another year after, because you got a couple 8th graders on this team right now. They learn from these upperclassmen.
Nice off speed from Poitras. Retires Suarez for out number 1. This will bring up Braden Brophy getting the start behind the dish today. Senior catcher for the Vikings. Gatane, good lead off a second. This one high fly ball. Duquette and Chapman will meet it, and no one's going to get it. So 0-1 the count to Brophy. Okay, so all year, not the strongest team defensively.
Hey, we're thinking line drive here, kid. We're thinking line drive. Hey, we go two.
I mean, they do, as a team, they feel 9-16, which isn't horrible. When it's that left side of the infield that's given them problems all year.
Hey, you're a hitter, kid.
The 0-1. Nice block by Duquette, but Gatane, using the speed, will steal third anyway. And Duquette's going to talk this over.
Yeah, and this is a good meetup, too, because you don't want Poitras to lose his confidence early on in this game. We've seen a couple balls that could have been caught, and that when he was stealing second, Duquette had a chance at it, but it was just the pure speed of Gatane that beat it.
1-2 going to be the count to Brophy. So you got him 1-2. I would think, I'd be thinking you go back to the gas here.
Hey, you're a hitter, kid. Let's go. Hey, we're thinking line drive. Little swing. Let's go. Hey, let's go.
We'll see what he does. Gatane off a third, the 1-2. Fastball is low. 2-2 the count to Braden Brophy. Wareham dugout getting a little loud, the 2-2. That's in there for a strike. Now it's 2-2.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, if I was wrong, you should have corrected me.
Unless it was one of those very close pitches that ended up being called a ball.
Now it's 2-2. Now the 2-2. This one is looped to Gracie. Has to run deep, and he's safe, and the run will score. So 1-0 to Wareham. Great at bat by Brophy. So 2 infield singles given up this inning by Poitras.
Just another little bit of a miscommunication by Gracie. You know the run's going to score. I don't know if he looked at home to see if there was a chance to beat him at home, but in that play, I would let the run score and just get the throw off to first.
Jason White, center fielder, steps in. This one is low. The Case could be out of this inning already. That first one was tough. Well, that's going to be something we're going to want to watch as this game goes on. Really between both teams, throw over. Ended up hitting Brophy in the leg.
think it was originally dropped, and then, like, after it slowed down a little bit, hit Braden Brophy. Braden Brophy is one of the players, Brady, that if you're building a team you want to have, because he's played other positions. Besides catcher, he's also played third baseman and pitcher.
Oh, what a play by Gracie, the glove flip. They get the out at second. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
That's awesome. Tough play in the hole for A. Grace. This will bring up Isaac Strawn. Gets the start on the bump today with 2 away, trying to help himself out. This one is low at the knees for a ball. Poitras, normally the third baseman, getting the start on the mound today, as we were saying. Chapman sliding over to third. This one's in there for strike one.
It's always good to have players on your team where you're able to switch it off. You just mentioned Chapman and Poitras.
Duquette catching today. He's been getting a lot of time in the outfield as of late. Check over. That was the closest one to date. Brophy will steal second. So 2-2 the count.
And Poitras knows that these runners are fast because he's always checking over at first, throwing back a couple times before throwing to the plate.
Or White, rather, excuse me, so second, not Brophy. 1-2 the count to the Viking dealer. That's in there. Strike 3 is called. The Poitras able to get out of a little bit of a jam. Cardinals only give up 1.
Am I doing good on camera?
I don't know, are you?
Yeah, I'm mainly just focusing on the batter too and when the ball's in play.
Following it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the pickoffs, I remember from before they're saying like don't really get the pickoffs on camera. Can I toss on water?
Just want to do, by the way, one quick shout out to our entire Sports Saga podcast crew. Tyler Sumner on the sidelines today and doing a little bit of camera work for us.
The multitasker.
The multitasker.
Technically tritasking if you think about it.
You're always telling us what is it? You're tritasking? How are you tritasking?
Water, camera.
Because he's going to drink water, was the sideline reporter. Oh, my God.
And you're not drinking water, Brady. You're drinking your coffee.
Donks. Donks.
Dunks, as Tommy Ravino would say.
Donks. So Isaac Strawn takes the bump for the Vikings. Let's get you this Cardinal batting order. I'll give it to Keegan Hamlet.
Cardinal batting order, we start off with Gracie leading off, Will above. The second man up, Poitras to round up the do-up. Dylan Amaral, Christian Chapman, Benny Dukes, Ben Duquette, Lucas Saltmarsh, 7th up, Jackson McLean, and Lucas Bulio to round it up.
Okay, so just stay on camera.
This top part of the lineup for the Cardinals, they've been very strong year-round. Hoping to get some early runs on the board against Strawn. Strawn seeing a lot of time at third this year. Has not seen a lot of time on the mound.
He's also played shortstop a couple times this year as well. So very used to that left side of the infield.
I'll continue to highlight our production coordinators: Jen Jones, Carrie Hamlet, Kim Sumner. One of our digital producers, Caden Sumner. One of our social media manager, Jack Orton. Cannot do it without all of them. Our sponsors as well: Chad Gonzalez and the Gonzalez family team of Keller Williams, South Watuppa, Al Dias at Al Dias Electric, and all the fine folks at Smack Apparel, the official fan gear of the Sports Saga podcast. So Adam Gracie will lead off. 273 for the junior with a couple RBIs to his name.
Got a little bit of a team meeting right now.
Yeah. 12 for 44 on the season, and Adam looks to be sporting a new shin guard. Going with the pink. I have not seen that out of him. I've known him for a long time. He's always gone an Americano theme. With Mother's Day being yesterday. Imagine the fine folks at Evo Shield hooked our friend Gracie up here. 273, as said before. This one taken inside. We're going to see one of the better defensive shortstops throughout the SEC. Has struggled a little bit this year, as this one's in there for a strike, but he's finding his form again.
You start out a little bit slow in the early of the year. You get progressively better as the season goes on. And it might make up, too, because he's leading off, so he's one of your better hitters as well. So it makes up on the other side of the inning.
This one is looped in right field, foul, and out of play.
Ended up in that pit where there have been a lot of foul balls hit into
pit.
over the year.
The Marsh Pit, in which, if you haven't seen some of our coverage, or the coverage, I should say, of Case Baseball and Case Athletics of Swansea Community Network, you can go find a nugget of me going into the marsh for a foul ball. The 1-2. Off speed, did not bite. 2-2 the count to Gracie, who is getting some Division II and Division III interest. I was talking to him earlier today. I won't stir the pot at any school that's interested in him, but he's getting the collegiate interest, which that's always been a goal for him. He said, I don't care what level, I want to play baseball at the next level.
And you know what? It's well-deserved, too. The passion that he has, as well as the skill that he's had in batting and on the infield, it is well-deserved for him.
Payoff pitch is ripped into left center field, and this will be caught. What a catch by White. Gracie got robbed. Unbelievable catch by Jason White. So in steps Will LaBeouf, who struggled early on this season, was doing phenomenal in the field. He struggled at the bat. 6 for 36 this season. That goes for a 167 average. As he drops down a bunt, he might get there. Strawn has to pick it up, and it's not even close. This one is thrown out of play. LaBeouf will head to second, standing up. And how about that? A two-base error gives the Cardinals some life.
The second man up, able to reach the second base.
And because it did go out of play, he will get third on that. In for the hottest hitter for the Cardinals, Jacob Poitras. hitting .342 on the year. With 6 RBIs. Wareham looking to go 4-1 here. First pitch to the starting pitcher is a big hack and a miss and a strike.
He wanted to bring that run in.
Check 3, go 1.
Poitras was able to put a couple balls over the fence last year. The 0-1. Low, good block from Brophy. 1-1 to Poitras. Just outside, 2-1.
And you just mentioned on the previous pitch before that one, the ball's in the dirt. Duquette and Brophy both have to be careful because we've seen a lot of those pitches so far go down low, and with men on third as well.
2-1. Low again for ball 3. Poitras is going the JUCO route, has committed to CCRI next year to go play. This one is lifted high and deep to center field. White is under it. This will be very deep. Enough for LaBeouf to tag. We are even at 1. The sac fly for Jacob Poitras. Two down for Dylan Amaral. Third baseman today for the Cardinals. 179 on the year. Couple doubles, 5 RBIs for the junior. This one is low for a ball. Amaral off of Tommy John surgery last year. Kept him sidelined for just about the entire season. They were worried that he wasn't going to be able to play this year.
Yeah, and you know what? Just the pure, physical skill, and even mentally as well, just to be I'm determined to come back. And he's still 4th in the batting lineup. Absolutely amazing.
This one low.
Slide down the mound. Hips down the mound. It's a tall mound, so you gotta work it.
Hitters count here for Amaral. 3-1. Is low, and he walked him. Amaral will take first with 2 gone in the inning for Christian Chapman. Third baseman returning. To third. He's seen time all over the field this year. He's spent a lot of time in the outfield. He's been behind the plate. This one's in there for a strike. Check it in on Amaral. He's in there. I want to get your opinion on this, Keegan. The sliding glove. You a fan of it?
No. Ooh, heads
No.
up. That one fell back, nearly hit my car.
That was the silence of relief. That's what that was. So what do you think of the sliding mitt?
I think it's okay. I don't know much about baseball. I get what you mean. Personally, I'm not a fan of it, though.
This one is lunged at and into right field for a base hit. Great piece of hitting by Chapman. Amaral will move to second. 0-2, that's the kind of swing you want.
Absolutely. And now you put a runner in scoring position. Although you're in a little bit of a tough stretch, you got man down, and now you're bringing up a catcher. We've seen catchers sometimes they can be amazing, can be really great hitters, but sometimes catchers, they do struggle, and we do see that a lot, even throughout college, high school, and the major leagues.
In comes Ben Duquette, who has been a pleasant surprise for the Cardinals this year. 256. He's been a wall behind the plate. This one's taken high. Hack and a miss and a strike. So 1-1 the count.
Watch out for Amaral
Duquette.
on second base. He's got a big lead, and you have that second baseman coming in a little bit. I think he wants the pitcher to throw it back to him.
They may try a double steal. Duquette, that's in there, but I got by Brophy. And now 2 ducks in scoring position for Duquette on a 1-2 count. Chance to really open up this inning here. And Strawn will step off. Even at 1 here in the bottom of the first. 1-2. Floated in there for strike 3. Cardinals get one back as we head to the second.
But you know what? If you're in Case, you're in perfect position right now. You gave up the first run, you bounce right back in that bottom half of the inning.
Interesting, both halves of the inning ending on backwards Ks. We don't see that too often. Freddie Rosen will lead things off for the Vikings, followed by Keenan Peterson and Salim Karam. What's up? Can you plug his Instagram? Can I plug his Instagram? No. Today's game brought to you by Smack Apparel, the official fan gear of the Sports Saga podcast. Al Dias Electric, located right in Swansea, Mass. Give him a call today. 889-4265. And by the Gonzalez family team of Keller Williams, South Watuppa. Keller Williams is the leader in the real estate industry. They offer the best technology and exposure in the business. As a listing agent and buyer's agent, they will help with all of your real estate needs. Contact them today at 774-930-4657 or go to chad-gonzalez-realtor.kw.com today. Happy birthday to Ethan Gonzalez, one of the members of the Gonzalez family team, 19 years old today. One-time ball player himself. So in steps Freddie Rosen. Rosen squaring bunt, will pull back. Caught Chapman playing really deep at third, but that is a strike. Nice idea.
Yeah. I mean, again, everybody on Wareham has the speed. So if you lay down a bunt and you make it tough for the infield, I say go for it.
Quickly down 0-2 is Rosen.
Rosen, one of the more well-known people at Wareham. You might like this, Brady. They had a DECA meetup in January of this year. Oh, I'll finish this.
Gracie got the out.
So as I was saying, they had a DECA meetup in January of this year, and he finished top 10 in a category I think you would like. Sports and entertainment marketing.
Oh, I like that. I like that. It's an interesting field to get into, the sports management, the sports marketing. It's not what it was, 15 years ago when, these degrees in sports management were starting to get rolled out. You see so many people doing so many different things with them now. As Keenan Peterson steps in and swings and misses at strike one. As Salim Karam waits on deck. Peterson takes this one just outside.
Peterson was a member of the Wareham Carver Co-op for hockey, but they did not play this year. They never ran the season this year.
That's too bad. Wareham co-ops with Carver?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That's a drive. That's far. 1-1. That's strike two.
I don't know if there was not enough interest, if they were trying to find a new school to
Yeah,
co-op
but
with.
yet still, that's...
It's an SEC opponent, though, so really sad that they weren't able to get a team running this year.
The 1-2. This one's low, got by Duquette. Luckily, nobody was on. And the wind's starting to pick up here at Judge Aguiar Field.
Typical baseball weather.
Typical
It's May,
baseball
it's about
weather.
70 degrees out today, and you get a nice little breeze.
And he walked him. First walk given up by Poitras today. In steps Salim Karam, the 8-hitter. Peterson is speedy. Yeah, there you go. Again.
Always the check back. And it's not even the fact that he's tall, why he's speedy. He's got such a long stride, too.
Especially with hockey, too. You see a lot of the hockey guys
Yes.
are the quicker guys.
And although he was an 8th grader on that hockey program last year, still showed that he's very talented as an athlete in multiple sports.
Karam fouls this one back. Yeah, I saw Peterson was, I was doing my notes, I saw Peterson was a freshman. I was like, oh, all right, And then you see him in person. He's a big kid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not saying much coming from me, but it's a tough world down here.
But being tall is not always that good.
I disagree. 1-1 the count to Karam. This one taken on the outside for strike two. Taken low. Peterson thought about it.
He did. Duquette was ready, though. He was up quick.
The one part of Ben Duquette's game that has improved so much is his defensive style of play. As another check. And they got him! What a play! Amaral got under Peterson with the tag out all day. Beautiful execution. That is huge.
I think that caught the Vikings by surprise. Everybody
Caught
was
everybody off, yeah.
Everybody was screaming that he was safe.
This one lined in center field. LaBeouf is there, and that is 3 outs. Don't see that too often.
No, you don't.
But when you see it, it'll make your heads turn. 1-1 at the end of this top of the second. So due up for the Cardinals will be Saltmarsh, McLean, and Lucas Bulio.
So 7, 8, 9 for them. Well, we have a second. Let's check out the Wareham outfield today. You got Rosen playing third, Gatane at short, Suarez second, and Howes at first. Left to right in the outfield, Peterson, White, and Karam. And Braden Brophy doing the catching for Isaac Strawn.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Very well done.
I know some baseball.
Very well done. So as we start this bottom of the second, Lucas Saltmarsh, sophomore, will step in. First baseman, outfielder, 241 on the year.
Ready. Be awake. Ready, be awake. Ready, hands, ready. Lefty lead off.
This one catches the outside corner for strike one.
Rosen is stepping in a law onto the grass on that third base side. Something to watch out for.
I don't know if they're expecting a bunt, because I mean, Saltmarsh is a pull hitter. He's been like that his whole career. I think they're just playing him lightly. Yeah, there you go. Foul ball. And that one had his name written all over it. It floated right in there. That's one of those pitches where
Neither
I
make you or
just
break
had
you.
it.
Yeah.
just had it. The 0-2. Looped into shallow left field. This one will be caught by Gatane.
And it was a terrible throw back into the infield as
I
well.
just missed it. I was marking it in my book. So in for Jackson McLean. 115 on the year. One of the better pitchers we've seen in the SEC this year, especially in terms of underclassmen. I'm not sure if the wind took that.
Must have just slipped.
One 0. McLean squares and fouls it off for a 1-1. Just so you know, if a foul ball does come this way, I will sacrifice
Everything.
your water bottle,
That's empty.
the empty water bottle, and my book, in my scorebook.
And cameraman Tyler
no,
Sumner.
no, I need him. The 1-1. High for a ball. Strawn, I've noticed, does have this off speed. I'm not sure what it is. Kind of looks like a changeup. But it's weird because it's swervy.
Let's see if he goes with it again.
Yeah. That was just high cheese, and McLean bit but couldn't chew. 2-2. Payoff pitch. Ripped down the line and foul. That off speed kind of looks like a slurve, but it starts out fast. It starts out slow, rather. There's a little change up. Got McLean. 2 down now for freshman Lucas Bulio. Something you don't see a lot in Dave Olmschneider coach teams. A freshman starts today.
And you see that a lot, too. Like, you see freshmen that make the roster, but sometimes usually don't start, or they're like an extra option if somebody's hurt. But good for Lucas Bulio to be getting the start. Although it's ninth, it's always good to get that experience early on.
Want to know the count to the Cardinal right fielder with Adam Gracie waiting on deck. High pop-up and foul behind home plate and out of play. Just in and out of the hands of a fan.
We hear some of the boos from the Vikings dugout right to our right.
I believe that was Ben Duquette's father. The 0-1 Bulio shows and pulls back. Bulio, 174 on the year. He's floated between varsity and JV all year. The leader in batting average is actually Sam Dady. He's not getting the start today as Bulio lays down a foul ball. Did hit him in the box.
Yes, it did.
Hit you in the box, it is a foul ball. Yeah, Sam Dady leading the team in average, not getting the start today. He's at 375 in 24 at-bats. Then it's Poitras with 342. Then it drops to Gracie at 273. 1-2 incoming to Lucas Bulio. On the ground, up the middle. It's Gatane. Bad throw, but the first baseman
He dropped it.
dropped it. Give the error to Hose. And Bulio is able to reach base.
And Braden Brophy's got to restrap everything now.
For A. Gracie.
It was very close, too. Even if House didn't drop it, it was very close if he was going to be safer out.
I thought Gatane actually had Bulio maybe by a step if Hose had completed the pick. Bulio, not the slowest guy either. Gracie takes ball 1. Gracie lets this one in for a strike.
I won't be surprised if Strom throws back to first. He's not going to, though.
A line shot off to our right and a foul ball. Yeah, Strong, they haven't thrown over to first nearly as much as the Cardinals.
No, absolutely not. And maybe that's just like how you're used to doing it. But again, this is a completely different team in Case because although they're 4-10, as we said, they're fighting for a playoff spot. But they've also played teams that have had a better record.
Gracie lifts this one in a right field. This one is going to get down for a single. Bulio will hustle his way to third. Runners now on the corners after the Adam Gracie single. Good piece of hitting by the junior.
And it's always good to hit it into right field as well when there's a man on first because we usually see them go for third. If it's hit into left, sometimes a 50-50 whether they go or not. But that is a great piece of work there by Adam Gracie to get the other way.
So in steps Will LaBeouf. Reach base on an error by Strawn his first time up. Later scored on the Chapman single. Excuse me, I lied. scored on the Poitras sacrifice fly. Remember, LaBeouf had the bunt,
Yep.
the bad throw. He ended up all the way at third. And they weren't able to score anything off that Chapman.
Oh, there he
single.
goes.
Check the runner.
Very smart. Very, very smart.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what Strawn was thinking in that situation. You got to throw the ball at least somewhere. Because correct me if I'm wrong. There's 2 outs, right? Or is there only 1?
2 outs.
There's 2 outs. So even if you get one of them out, the inning's over.
It's very true. However, that run scores as LaBeouf chops this one into the hole, bobbled by Catane, and the run scores.
And that is exactly why.
I was going to say, though, you know what? You just let Gracie take the base. Because if you throw there, then Bulio goes home.
Yeah.
So it depends how you see it. But nonetheless,
Watch the same thing.
catcher give us some signs. I'd watch maybe a throw down to the shortstop to try to bite Gracie to go home. Delayed steal maybe for the Cardinals as well. Yes, LaBeouf will take off for second. He is in there standing up. 1-0 the count to Jacob Poitras, who had that sacrifice fly his first time up.
Hey, 3-hitter. Keaton. Back up.
1-0. On the ground, a third. Nice play by Rosen. And that is 3 outs, but the Cardinals able to break it open. 2-1 at the end of 2. So due up for Wareham, it's Devin Hose, Matt Catane, and Junie Suarez. Good part of the order getting up. Catane ended up singling. Brophy, who would be up fourth this inning, had a single. Suarez went down, had a good at-bat after a strikeout.
Wind really blowing around now.
Right. My goodness.
You got a lot of stuff to help keep it down. Shout out to Adam Kitchen of Swansea Community Network,
Yes, that's
too,
the
lending
biggest,
us the equipment.
That's the biggest thank you, is that we did have some of the equipment, but we didn't have all of it. So very thankful to have the resources and the people to help us out. Our partners over at the Swansea Community Network.
The chair's not level. The chair wasn't level.
I want him on the mic when he leaves. I don't trust him. So Devin Hose steps in, 9-hitter for Wareham, and he takes a look at strike one.
Devin was one of the few 8th graders on this Wareham Vikings side.
This one just missed outside, 1-1.
He's got the stance nailed down, though. He's lifting the bat very high up.
Warmed up by Duquette.
Devin, let that ball hit you. I'm going to do it.
So 2-1, they count to hose. He tried it.
Come on now. You smart with it.
2-2.
Hey, you're good, kid. Let's go. Protect now, kid. Protect now. Hey, all we need is contact. Nothing special, kid. Let's see it. Contact.
This one in at the knees. That's strike 3. So 3 Ks for Poitras. McAtain will step in.
Let's go, kid. You're in it. Hey, somebody get it. Make up, ball,
Detain. Duncan out of cover. And Poitras, I would say, the command has been there. It really has. Now the velocity's starting to pick up. The 1-0 in the dirt.
Just takes time to settle in.
Hey, we're ready, kid. We're ready. Hey, you're in it.
This one in there for a strike. Caught the inside corner. 2-1 the count to the Vikings shortstop. And a low 3-1.
Let's see what he goes with. I'm going high cheese. Let's see what he decides to do.
Big gap in left center field. That's not where he went, though. Fouled that off. Way back and out of play. Well, full count to Gatane. He is the undisputed, no doubt leader of this team. Payoff pitch to him. Chopped. Foul off to the left. If you notice, in left and center field, there is a gap. That's where Gatane likes to put it. Is that left center field gap?
Yep.
They're shifting him over to the right, though. 1-3-2 once more. Tipped it.
Just barely. He ended up going with the high cheese that time.
Does he go back to it, though?
No.
No. What do you think here?
Off speed, down low.
Little slurve?
Yes.
Here it is again. This one is ripped into center field. LaBeouf will put it away. What is that?
Raspberry watermelon green tea refresher with 2 stevia.
So in steps Junie Suarez, senior second baseman. One of the better defensive second basemen in the South Coast Conference. Of course, this was one of the last weeks Wareham will be in the South Coast Conference. They are making the jump to go independent. This one is high for a ball.
I'd say a very interesting choice, too, because some, if not most, of their
Interesting,
sports have
interesting.
have had troubles.
Yeah, interesting, but I'm not surprised either. We'll have more on that in a minute. The 1-0 is on the ground, up the middle. Gracie moving to his left. Nice play, nice defensive effort all around.
That's the best play we've seen from Gracie in this game so far.
Cardinals hold him. As we move into the bottom of the third. And due up for the Cardinals is going to be Amaral, Chapman, and Duquette. So I am very happy to announce, if you have not heard already, this will not be the only game that the Sports Saga podcast brings to you in this month of May. We recently closed out a deal with Case High School to do some softball, the senior day softball. The Case Cardinals welcoming in the Fairhaven Blue Devils. Here's the bad news. Hammy won't be there.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm taking part in one of the summer courses offered by Tyler and I's college, Dean College in Franklin. Very excited to learn
Go
about
Bulldogs.
the classes about gaming and casinos and the development of them, also gambling addiction as well. Please be sure to play responsibly if you're betting on over-under Keegan Stutters per game. But no, very excited to learn more about that, and I'm sure that you, and if Tyler decides to do this game with you as well, that you're going to get a great game. Softball's been doing amazing this season.
Announced teams and crews will be announced at a later date. But I am very, very excited to cap off what has been a historic season for the Cardinals. 14-0.
Unbelievable.
14-0.
They were 13-0, I remember, prior to this weekend.
And they lost.
They do have a game today.
They
That's
do.
at 5 o'clock, if I'm not
It's
mistaken.
either 5 or 4. I'm not entirely sure. But Wareham struggled this season, so I expect them to go to 15-0 after today. And then just to close out the season, they got Somerset once. That's next week. An exciting time of year if you're a softball fan. The NCAA starting up very, very soon. Time to be alive. Dylan Amaral checking in. Walked in his first plate appearance. This one floated in there for strike one. This one ripped up the middle. Tough play for Suarez. Hit the glove. And Amaral is in there.
Looked like Suarez just overran it a little bit. He might have gotten just a bit of it with the glove, and then it ended up going off of his cleat and to his left. So Amaral will reach first. That's going to bring up Christian Chapman now. Chapman playing third base today.
This one high and foul behind home plate. One strike to Chapman. Check up on Amaral. Dives in safely.
They want revenge. From
Yeah,
that,
right?
throwing him out.
They were not happy about that in the Wareham dugout.
It was a very close
It
call,
was
too.
close. He looked to be out. As Chapman lifts this one into right center field, this one might get down. Another amazing play! And they're going to double him up. No, they're
hit the
not. I
runner.
lied. They hit the runner. So Amaral is going to get second on that.
Is he
That
pointing for
is-
him to go to third?
Yes. So Amaral, after all that, is going to get third.
Yeah, the throw-in from center from Jason White.
What an
Hit
amazing
Amaral.
play by White to get the out. As Ben Duquette steps in, took a strikeout looking his first time up. This one outside. '50th pitch for Strawn is fouled off. Runner on third. No, one outs. 1 out. That's horrible English. Duquette, this one back up the middle. Gatane will go home with it, and Amaral is in there. Duquette will stay at first. So he reaches safely on the fielder's choice. 3-1 Cardinals.
I did not like that decision to throw home, but
I
from a
agree.
Cardinals standpoint, you'll take it. But I think you have to
course.
go to first. You
Yes.
can let the run score. You're okay with it being 3-1, but now there's still only 1 out instead of 2.
It's one thing if Gatane was on the grass and that came right to him, then yeah, you try it at home, but sometimes those hesitate. That's the thing about baseball, is that we're starting to see anybody that's new to the game, you'll see it quickly, is that you hesitate for a second.
Yep.
You know, that's
Bad
a run.
things will happen.
Yes, one bad throw can be 2-3 runs at times. Saltmarsh will step in, popped out to Gatane, the shortstop, his first time up. This one, good block by Brophy, but
Duquette's going.
Duquette is in his second safely. Duquette, good size lead off of second. 2-0. This one ripped to Suarez. Got the out at 1. Duquette will advance to third. For Jackson McLean, 2 outs for him. Struck out swinging. Put together a decent at-bat his first time up, but did go down on 3 strikes.
Now he's got a runner at third. We'll see if he'll be even better than a decent at-bat this time.
Way to add some insurance here if they're able to get Duquette in from third. High fly ball, back out of play.
Did that person have a glove with them trying to catch that?
I don't believe so. A young fan will head over there to grab it. McLean takes this one at the knees for strike 2. And got to fight one off here. 0-2, runner on third, 2 outs. Cardinals up by 2.
And this is a big out right here for Strawn.
The 0-2. Off speed, got him. McLean's 8 those his whole career. Runners on the corners for Bulio. That does not feel good. That back tricep part.
And you
that does
don't
not
got
feel
much
good.
protection there
That does
either.
not feel good. Runners on the corners for the freshman Lucas Bulio. This one in there, strike 1. McLean will take second. So 2 little birds on the bases for the Cardinals. Bulio takes this one into right field. Suarez will put it away. Do apologize for that blackout. So heading into the top of the 4th. Wareham down 2.
After this top half, I'm going to go.
Get him. Get him. Yes. So in steps Braden Brophy. This one, yeah. Poitras brushing him off a little bit for ball one.
And we had the whole Wareham dugout yelling the whole time, let it hit you, let it hit you.
It's only going to hurt for a couple minutes.
You want to know something? I don't want an 80-mile-an-hour fastball hitting me.
Ripped foul off to the left. Who's doing camera when he leaves?
He's the most experienced.
Okay, so you're going to do this then. 1-1. Hack and a miss in strike two.
That was pitch number 50 there for Strawn. Or excuse me, that was Poitras with pitch 50, not Strawn.
1-2. Fouled back, out of play. So I am being told we're going to have a special guest color commentator for the last 3.5 innings. Mike Sumner is going to join us. Very excited to hear what he has to say, a great veteran of the game of baseball. Lifted into left field. Saltmarsh got a long way to go, and that's over his head. Gracie able to hold him to a double. That was about 3 feet away from being out of here, hitting that top netting. If you can't see at left field what they have here at Judge Aguiar Field, because there is residential living around us, is that they have some netting to protect some of the houses. So if the ball hits the netting, that's a home run. Very similar to Tropicana Field. If a ball hits a certain catwalk, it's a home run. Very, very similar.
That was a great play, though, by Lucas Saltmarsh,
Yeah,
just to get that back in.
He had a long way to go. That is not easy. As White steps in, taking low for a ball. Lifted into center field. LaBeouf also has a long way to go. That's going to find the gap. Brophy will score. White is in a second with a double, and the Vikings are within one. Jason White's having himself a day.
2 quick, big hits. And we might see a mound meeting. I don't think that we're going to get one from Coach Olmschneider. But Poitras has got to slow this thing down.
At this point of the season, they cannot afford a loss to a team that is 0-11 in conference play. Cardinals are 3-8 in conference play, 4-10. Correction to our earlier statement overall. Strawn looking to help himself out. Taking low, good block by Duquette. Well, White is going to try third. He's in there. Got a great jump off his second. If he had hesitated, he would have been thrown out by about 1.5 miles, I'd say.
He was about halfway down the line, and then Duquette couldn't find the ball. So he was like, all right, I'm just going to go take third.
Another great block by Duquette that got by him. White's going to try home, and he is in there, and this game is tied. The go-ahead run now at the plate.
And that is how quickly a game can change. Off just a few misplays.
.3-0 the count to Strawn. And he walked it. Settle down, Dukes. You're good. And Jay Martin Going to have a chat with Jacob Poitras.
Yeah, they just got to slow this thing down. Poitras, I think he's getting a little bit anxious with his pitches, too.
You notice he started overthrowing at the beginning of that last inning. He started to overthrow a little bit. Sometimes you just need that conversation. Calm down, play catch. Everything's going to be all right, as Bob Marley once said. In steps Freddie Rosen, third baseman today for Wareham. Wareham with a chance to take their first lead of this game. Rosen shows bunt. It's low, and Duquette will not throw.
Well, it won't be the first lead for them for the game as they went up 1-0 in the first, but it will be
Oh, that's
a
true.
much more important lead in this game.
I meant to say their first lead since 1-0. Good call. Good call. One of the Wareham's players said, "McDonald's on me. Sign me up." See how expensive
Not
it is.
me,
You
not
see
me.
how expensive it is to go to McDonald's nowadays? As this one got by Duquette again. So 2 wild pitches in a row from Poitras. I think it's like $14 for like a quarter pounder meal now.
I mean, I don't know. I go to Burger
You're
King.
better
I
off-
get my
you-
nuggets and fries
you're-
for $5.
You're better off eating at Federal Hill than you are at McDonald's. My goodness. A 2-0 count. Snubbed, foul, and out of play.
Rosen with an interesting helmet choice. Plain white.
I like it. I like what Case does is that they have everybody in maroon, or mostly everybody in maroon with the C on the top. I do enjoy their logos and the jerseys as well from the Cardinals. One of the best ones in the SEC.
You're kidding yourself.
I'm dead serious. This one in there, strike 2. Rosen calls time ahead of a payoff pitch. Payoff pitch is low. 3-2. No action in the Cardinal bullpen yet. Same can be said for Wareham. Full count on the way. Fouled off again. Rosen, he's been a tough out all game. Had an 8-pitch at-bat in the second.
And you know what? When we have these longer at-bats, people always debate if they get out, who wins the battle. In my opinion, it's always the batter that wins the battle because you're building up, in this case, Poitras' pitch count.
3-2 is low. Runners now on the corners. So in steps Keenan Peterson as Duquette talks with the infield. Check over on third, or on first, excuse me. That's very dangerous, especially with a runner on third. That's risky.
Yep, Poitras has got to make note of the scene before he throws to first. He's looking around the whole infield on his right and on his left before he makes his decision.
Did they get him?
They did.
Yes, they did. It looked like it. No go, though, from Straw. And that might come back to haunt them later in this
I was very
game.
surprised he did not go at that.
So Rosen is out. Great play. the second runner to be able to, we had the pickoff at first earlier. We had the runner that was picked off at first, and now Rosen got caught at second. This one is in there for a strike. 1-2 the count to the freshman. That we didn't think was a freshman because he's like 6'2". Pop up. First base side. Amaril's got a chance. It makes a great play in foul ground. Nice play, Dylan. So 2 gone. 2 huge outs at this point in the game.
Absolutely.
So in steps Salim Karam. Put together a nice at-bat his first time. Ended up lining out to Willa Buff in center field. This one taken high. Runner on third, 2 outs. Tie ball game. Big spot here for Karam, 2-0. Plenty of baseball left, but this can be a huge inning. It's already been a big inning for Wareham.
Yeah, because they've came back to tie it.
2 great outs by Case, 2 very much needed outs by the Cardinals. Hack and a miss and a strike.
Watch the ball hit the bat. Here we go, 1-5. What do you say, kid?
One taken high, 3-2. 3-1, excuse me. All right, you got 3-1?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Did I predict the future? No. Hey, if you try to manifest it into existence, sometimes it works. So Karam with the walk, runners back on the corners for Devin Hose. Struck out looking in the third. This one fouled back and out of play.
What do you say, kid?
Hesitant leadoff first with Karam. Good block by Duquette. Karam holds up.
Poitras has just got to slow this thing down again. We've seen a little bit of wild pitches in the last few pitches. Just got to settle in. Got to realize you have 2 outs, and this is your chance to end this inning.
Taken low again. 2-1. Strike 2 in there at the knees. Good pitch from Poitras. That fastball's been there.
Do you go back to it again?
Yes. 2-2. This one taken low. Good stop by Duquette. 3-2. Tie game, top of the fourth. Runners on the corners. Crucial pitch here for Jacob Poitras. A payoff pitch to Hose. On the ground to short. Gracie charging in. Off balance. Nice play by Gracie. And the Cardinals get out of a jam.
I'll leave this stuff for you here.
So we are now joined in the broadcast booth by one of the all-time great Wareham Vikings, Mike Sumner. How's life? We haven't chatted in a while.
Good, good. It's nice to be back and see you guys and help you guys out. And I'm honored and also at the same time very humbled by helping you guys out and being asked to. You guys are doing a great job on a sports saga, and congratulations to you guys on a year of nothing but great sports and interviews, and best of luck for the future.
I appreciate it. Thank you for hopping on. So we're in a tight one, 3-3. Top of the order due up for the Cardinals. Gracie, LaBeouf, and Poitras.
I'll tell you, Brady, what a ball game we had back in the top of the fourth, and that whole inning got started by Wareham when they hit that long double to left field, sitting on the sideline and watching that ball go. I actually thought it was gone, and that seemed to spark this team to give them what they needed at that time to tie this ball game up, and we got one heck of a ball game to watch right now.
So you do see Dylan Amaral, I believe it looks to be, is warming in the Case bullpen. So Jacob Poitras' night is likely over.
Yeah, it looks like they got two warming up down there in the pen.
Yes, Lucas Bulio is there as well.
Two righties, I believe.
Good call.
And so we'll see what happens. You know, like you said, we get a lot of baseball to play, and let's sit here and enjoy the ride.
Gracie takes ball one low. As we were talking earlier, has some Division II and Division III interest. And I'm not going to stir the pot. I'm not going to say exactly where, as this one is ripped to Suarez at second. Flip on a first for out number one.
That was a nice play by the second baseman. He hit it deep into second, and if he was a half step to his right, I think that ball would have got through for a single over there in right field. But great play by the second baseman to grab that quickly and over to first for the out.
So one gone for Will LaBeouf. Reached base on two errors, one made by Gattain and one made by Strawn. Remember that error back in the first inning? It was a bunt that LaBeouf ended up at third, and he later scored on the sacrifice fly by Poitras. Curveball in there for strike one.
Case needs to find a way to at least get one run in this inning to tie this ball game up and get the momentum back. I think they lost a little bit in the top of the fourth there when Wareham came back and tied the game up and gave them that momentum.
Chopper off the glove of Gattain, and LaBeouf has his first hit of the day.
Gattain just missed that. It looked to me like when he went to grab that ball that it just hit the palm of the top of the glove there and just rolled up on him, and he just couldn't grab it quick enough to get it back over to first for the out. Great effort though by the shortstop.
So in steps Jacob Poitras. The go-ahead run at first. We've seen the power out of him all year. 342. This one's low for a ball. High chopper, same spot for Gattain. Off the glove again, and LaBeouf will hold up at second.
What a tough play by the shortstop to his left. He had just a little bit more to go. He might have been able to grab it, but that ball was just hit right there in the sweet spot between second base and his position and just got by there. And right now, Swansea has some momentum going. And if they can get at least one of these 2 runs in and not waste the opportunity here, that could send them into a little
LaBeouf
score.
trying to get third. He's under it. Got a little dribbler. So runners now is second and third.
This is going to be huge right now,
Yeah.
Brady. If they get these 2 runs in, I think you have to look at Case as getting the momentum that they need, and that sideline and that dugout is going to go absolutely crazy if they score these 2 runs to take the lead.
1-0. Emerald won't bite. Both these pitchers today, if most of the time when they've missed, they've not missed by much. Been a solid outing from both guys today. Amaral lifts this one into right field. This is going to be just out of the reach of Karam. LaBeouf will score. Amaral is in a second. Poitras will round third. The throw is high. It's 5-3, and Amaral will reach third and hold up.
Wow.
5-3 Cardinals.
What an at-bat by Amaral. And we just talked about that, Brady, that if they could get going and get at least one of those runs, if not 2, at home to score at the bottom of this inning, that they would have the momentum. And look what we ended up getting. They ended up taking a lead off of Amaral's double, which turned into a triple at third. And Case has got it going right now.
So in steps Chapman, who is 1 for 2 today. Singled in the first, flew out to center in the third, and rips a single up the middle, and it's 6-3. First pitch makes him 2 for 3 on the evening.
That was a shot. He ripped that ball right off the bat, and there was no way that the shortstop was going to grab that ball, even the leap that he tried to take. That was a great at bat to bring in Amaral from third.
So in steps Ben Duquette. And check on Chappie over at first. Dives back safely, as he's commonly known around these parts. Duquette struck out looking and reached on a fielder's choice in his first 2 plate appearances. This one in there for a strike at the letters. Go ahead.
We got ourselves a ball game here,
Yeah.
Brady. I'll tell you. The way that Case came out in the bottom of this inning and opened it up with the error at shortstop, that just seemed to open everything up thereafter.
Chapman in the second safely. That got away. He will try for third, and he will be in there standing up.
What a heads-up play by the third base runner as well, because once he stole second, he held up there for a second to make sure that he wasn't going to get nailed at third, and had enough time to make it to third on the steal to third as well. Great heads up and great coaching by the third base coach.
Duquette lifts this one foul and out of play. A little later. Wareham playing Duquette similar to how Case was playing Strawn. Very sizable gap in left center field. Off speed is lifted and a no man's land in center field, and that's going to get down for a hit. Chapman will score, and it's 7-3. What's that old saying, Mike? Hit it where they ain't?
Hit it in a sweet spot. I'll tell you, Case right now has everything going for them that they wanted to get going in the bottom of this inning. They're running the bases, they're stealing bases, they're hitting the ball into gaps where they know they have to hit it to get the runs in. This could be a huge inning for Case right here.
And steps Saltmarsh. This one taken low. So one gone in the inning. Duquette, it's a lead off of first, and Saltmarsh will take this one high.
I'll tell you, if you look at what Saltmarsh has in left field, he's got from the left fielder all the way to the line. He's got quite a big gap there. If he can loop one over the third baseman's head a little bit, you might see the guy at first going to third on this one.
He'll try to bunt his way on. Rosen got the out. Nobody covering third, but Duquette will retreat back to second.
Great bunt down. Nice sacrifice to get the runner over to second base.
That did the job. 2 away now for McLean. McLean was hitting the tricep his first at bat, struck out his first at bat, hit by pitch his last one as he lifts this one in a left center field. Gattain will put it away. But a huge inning for the Cardinals, 7-3 at the end of 4.
Absolutely huge inning for the Cardinals. In that momentum, you got a new pitcher coming in on a mound. You got fresh arm coming in. This could be big to shut them down quickly. What Case needs right now, Case needs to come into the top of the 5th inning, shut them down 1, 2, 3, get out of the inning, get a couple more runs, maybe another run or two in the bottom of the 5th, and just close this game out.
They have the top of the order coming up.
You know, Brady, you in the top of the inning when I came on, you had asked me how I'm doing and how you guys doing. You guys over here on a sports podcast, Saga. You guys have just been, I'll tell you, it's been phenomenal to see what you guys have done. You got so much talent with you. Keegan, yourself, Tyler. You guys have just taken off, and I was down in Houston, Texas over the weekend, as you know, and I was watching one of the podcasts with you guys, and I had a couple of guys that I work with down there, and they were like, wow, these kids are great. And you should be proud of what you've built with these guys. You guys have a great team. You have a great, great cast of interviewing people. It's only going to get better from here. The sky's the limit for you guys. And I can't wait to see what's going to be bigger and better for you guys. You got from you, the NASCAR guy, to your buddy Tyler, the basketball kid, Keegan with hockey. I mean, you guys just got to cover it all. And when I get a chance and I can watch you guys live or follow you guys, it's awesome to watch you guys. It's just continue the success.
Thank you. This one fouled back off the dugout. Good thing our camera was not set up there. Good call. I'll give that one to Tyler because he said, let's put this on the ground. That is I'll give him that.
Yeah, he did. I'll tell you.
Because he cost me about $1,000. That would have costed us about $1,000. So good job. Good job.
Brady, we got to give this camera guy some credit because he's playing heads-up ball, and he's moving that camera every which way from getting hit.
1-1. Waitress Worth noting, back out there for another inning. 1-2 the count to Gatane.
Looked like Boytrus had a little steam on that ball right there when it came in.
Pitching not his primary position, but he's been very efficient for the Cardinals this year. 1-2 on the way. Hack and a miss.
Oh, boy, did he
Or
ever
did he-
send him chasing that one.
Well, they're saying he foul tipped it. Sam Didi into the game catching, worth noting that. It seems to be the only substitution for the Cardinals. It looked like he just waved and missed, but apparently not. That time he
Ooh,
did.
He got him on a high heater again. Came back with the same pitch.
Four strikeouts now for Poitras.
This is what Case needs right now. Get in and out of this inning. Quick 1, 2, 3. Send these guys back to the outfield. Get the bats going again. Get a couple more runs. And then you might be able to relax a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit where you don't have to worry about them catching you. Although we do know, Brady, that anything can happen any inning. All it takes one little error or a misplay.
Oh, yeah. This one in there for a strike to Suarez. 0-2 the count to the second baseman.
Let's go now, Suarez. Let's go now, kid. Let's go. Come on. You want it, I want it, we want it. Let's go.
Just missed on the outside corner.
Boy, that was close, I'll tell you. I don't know what was said to Boytrus in the bottom of the fourth, but I'll tell you, he came out steaming.
Squibbed foul. Oh, nice play by Didi to let that roll.
Boytrus has come out in this inning in the top of the fifth, and he is just throwing steam.
Yeah, he's been dealing so far.
He's got these guys chasing balls low. He's got them chasing a high heater above the shoulders. That's what you want to see.
Called strike 3 to Suarez.
And he knew it.
Beautiful.
Suarez knew that when that ball came in, it was right over the plate that he was going to get him. It was right there where he wanted to hit it. And just Boytrus just blew it right by him.
5 Ks now for the senior. As Braden Brophy steps in, ripped a double to left field his last time. He sent this one that same way. Tough play for Chapman, just out of his reach. That would have been one heck of a play if he was able to reach over the shoulder. A little basket catch action.
Oh, I'll tell you, it looked like he may have been able to grab that if he was just a half a step ahead. Because it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't that far out of his reach. Just maybe an inch or two away from the front of his glove from our view.
0-1. This one lifted into center field. LaBeouf's got a long way to go, but he'll get there and put it away. For Poitras' most efficient inning of the day. Vikings go down 1-2-3.
What a job, Brady, by Boytrus. I mean, that kid came out in the top of the inning. He started throwing steam, and they shut this team down 1-2-3. You know, Brady, I think what happened in that bottom of the fourth, when Case went back into the dugout, from what I was seeing from my view, it looked like they all got together with their coach. And whatever was said in that dugout, boy, they came out on fire. You know, Brady, while we're on the subject of baseball, you know, doing this game, how about what the Red Sox are doing this year? What a surprise, huh?
Yeah.
You know, we all thought that this team was going to come in, that this team wasn't going to play as good, and the pitching was going to be lousy. And then you see what they're doing up in Boston there now, and you know, just releasing Frazier, which was huge. But the team right now is playing some of the best ball in the league. They've had as you know, they've had a slid past 4 games. They've slid.
Yeah.
But before that, winning 8 straight. The pitching's been there. The relief pitching from the bullpen. The bats have just been going crazy. And I think that the more that this Boston team plays together and gels together, what's going to happen is you're going to see this team surprise everybody. And I believe this team could win the East and top the Yankees.
It really could.
Because even though Tampa Bay is playing the best ball in Major League Baseball right now.
Best ball, and I'd say that franchise's history, really.
Oh, absolutely. And you and I both know that when that happens, usually teams end up going on a 10, 15 game losing streak, and they end up having problems, and this pitcher or that player has to go, and then you see trades made.
Yeah.
And then mistakes are made. And you have this one complaining about this. Well, we don't have this in the locker room. You know, I can see that happening with Tampa Bay. New York is going to be a strong team, and we'll see what happens.
A lot of baseball left to be played.
Absolutely. What a great job by Cora. You got to give him credit to where this team's at this point.
Lucas Bulio quickly down 2-0 here. We pointed on this earlier as he takes strike one. Freshman starter for Dave Umschneider. You don't see that. Hasn't started every game, but even in general with Dave Umschneider coach teams, you don't see too many freshmen on varsity. Lifts this one into Suarez's ground for the first out of the inning. Second time Bulio's popped out to Suarez today.
You got to give the kid credit to making a varsity team.
Oh,
And,
absolutely.
you know, it takes a lot of work to even make the team in high school. And nowadays, these kids, you know, they play so hard, they try their best, and to make the varsity team at this level nowadays is very difficult because you get so many players out there that are so good, so quick, and you know everybody's trying to make the team. So lots of credit to him.
Gracie played JV most of his freshman year and got the call up to varsity his sophomore year. Was with the team through the back half of his freshman year, rather with the varsity squad back half of his freshman year into their postseason. Ended up losing to Hull in the first round back in 2021, and he checked that one foul. Don't think I've ever seen that, where he goes to swing, decides not to, and the ball ends up hitting the bat anyway.
Yeah, it looked like he stopped. And
Yeah.
the ball hit the
Don't see that.
right above his wrist.
Yeah.
There.
2 on the count to the junior shortstop. Inside, 3-1. There's about 45 kids in this Cardinal program that in year 3 under Dave Umschneider, 2 straight playoff appearances, off an Elite 8 run last year. Gracie waves and misses.
He's done a great job with his team and really a great job with these kids. You can see how much that he cares and he really takes pride in his team, and he's there for all the kids no matter what it is. He knows that they can go to him and talk to him at any time about anything. And but when it comes to baseball, I'll tell you, he's been phenomenal with that ball club.
Started at Tiverton, went to Portsmouth, oversaw Ryan Westmoreland's rise to an eventual Boston Red Sox draft pick. And had a very successful spell at Durfee, and now finds himself with the Cardinals. This one low, good stop by Brophy, but Gracie will take second anyhow.
Brophy was watching the pitcher the whole time, and he got a good jump there off of first. And he took off as soon as that pitch was released. He knew that he could make it to second and grab that steal. Great heads-up play.
1-0. Low again, same spot.
One thing that I've seen, Brady, with this Case team is they get a lot of players that are very fast.
Yes.
That'll steal on you in a minute.
That's one of the more underrated parts of their game as a whole, is the speed. They got guys that can hit for power. They got their average hitters. They got the pitching with the base running. It's been a reason why they've won some of their games. The 2-1. LaBeouf golfed at it and sends it into center field. Gracie's going to try for home. The throw to the plate. It was a good one, and Gracie smartly gets back to third.
He went halfway. Gracie went halfway down the third base line. He looked back, and he put on the brakes real quick.
Yep. And this might be it for Isaac Strawn. Chris K about to talk to him.
Great heads-up play by third base coach as well to hold him back there when he was halfway down the line, seeing that ball come in and stopping him. And now Case has runners at first and third with a big threat going on again.
So Poitras will be due up with 1 out.
Gabe just needs to have his pitches settle down, not get all rattled up. Tell him take a deep breath, relax, and just do it. Just do what you're supposed to go out there and do. Pitch and take it as is.
Poitras is 0 for 2. LaBeouf will take second. One 0. Poitras went to go get that one. Gattain, tough play. He's not going to get him. And Gracie's going to score. And it's 8-3.
That was a tough break. As soon as he came off the mound and that ball bounced, he just slid right there off the top of the mound. And, you know, what a tough break for Wareham, because if he would have grabbed that ball, he might have had a chance at getting him at first.
That's a tough play for a pitcher to go to the opposite of your glove side to make that play. Emerald will step in. Check on LaBeouf. Nice little play by Brophy. Nice idea.
Emerald took right off from first base there. He didn't even bother getting a jump. As soon as he got that little bit of lead, he just took right off.
LaBeouf and Poitras at second. 1 gone. 5-run ball game. Emerald will let this one slide in for a ball.
Boy, I'll tell you, Emerald's taking a big lead off a second. If you watch, he's got at least a 2 to 3 feet lead away from the base.
They're not covering him. Why not? Emerald takes this one for a strike. One, two, the count to the junior. Didn't bite, but no go from LaBeouf. And that might have caught Brophy on the inside of his leg.
Yeah, it looked like it might have caught him right down near the ankle area. But I'll tell you, Case was looking. They were looking to go when that ball bounced and went by him a little bit.
They've got more aggressive as this game has gone on.
You got one out here, Brady. You got a sizable lead. You got runners on second and third. Would you try a double steal?
That's ooh. You got to feel really, really good about it, though. I don't think they feel that good. This one take a 3-2. Now I don't see why not. Because he got 3-2. Now I don't see why not.
You know, maybe confuse him up a little bit.
Yeah. I think LaBeouf's lead isn't big enough. The payoff pitch is low for a ball. Yeah, LaBeouf slowly retreating back. Yeah, he got caught. LaBeouf going to commit to it. He is tagged out at the plate. Well, they get runners back at second and third in the process.
Wow, didn't expect that to happen there at third. Especially where you got a chance to have bases loaded here with one out.
For Christian Chapman, 2 for 3 today. Singled and later scored in his previous at-bat.
That was quite the chance to take by the third baseman there. I don't know if I would have sent him. I don't know if I would have sent him on a 3-1. Excuse me, not a 3-1, but on a walk, and you got a chance to have bases loaded with one out. That may have been Case's first mistake of the whole game.
Yeah. Ow. Now they're juiced for Duquette.
Duquette just came in a little bit too much with that, and when the batter went to turn his back, just caught him right in that spot. And it's unfortunate that he hit him to load him up. We'll see what Case can do here with bases loaded.
Poitras at third, Amaral at second, Chapman at first, 2 outs. Duquette hits this one into right field. Karam is going to get there. Good piece of hitting, though. Cardinals get one across in the inning, expand it to 8-3. As we head into the 6th inning. White will step in for Wareham. Doubled and scored his last at-bat. This one taken outside for a ball. Tyler Sumner.
How we doing, boss?
Oh, had a great game.
It has. It's been a great game from behind the camera.
This one fouled back way out of play.
I almost just had a heart attack. My car was about a split second away from getting hit over there. The car that got hit is right next to my car. It's going to leave a dent.
1-1 to Jason White. It's wave and a miss in strike 2. One, two. This one ripped down the first base line, foul.
Who's on the mound?
Poitras. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Birdie, I'll tell you, Poitras these last 2 innings really been finding his way back again on the mound.
Yeah. 1-2 again. This one ripped right back up the middle. Diving attempt by Gracie. Couldn't get it. So White is on.
And this is the sort of rally the Wareham Vikings are looking for here.
Sharon is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. And a checkup on White. He is back in safely.
I'll tell you, what a game White has had today, huh, with
Yeah.
some of the plays.
2 great catches in the outfield. Ripped that double. Each base on a fielder's choice. Good day at the office for Jason White. He goes. And it hit him while he was running. He is still safe. So White steals second. Strawn. I think I'm going to check up, make sure White's okay. That did get him right in the leg, and the wind is picked up at Judge Aguirre Field. Strawn looking to help himself out, get his team back in this game. This one, high fly ball, left field. Duquette is there to make the catch.
And it looks like White is actually limping a little bit there as he was jogging back. He was starting to hold his quad, as that may have been where it hit him.
So Duquette moved to left field in that double switch earlier in the game as Freddie Rosen steps in. One fouled back and out of play.
It's not the first time I've seen a runner get hit with the ball in transition for the throw. We saw it last week in the Detroit Tigers game.
Yeah, we saw it earlier today.
Yeah.
It happened a couple of times today, and at Keel Badu, that looked painful. We've got like secondhand embarrassment. No, that was secondhand pain. That's what that was.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Top 5 pain is getting hit with the baseball.
In general, drop third strike is on. Did they get him? Yes, they did. Smart play to end the inning. Drop third strike was on. They decided not to go to first. Instead, they get the lead runner out, but nonetheless. And 9-3 your final score here with Coach Ohmschneider. Coach, 5-10. You're in a great spot to make a play in for the playoffs. This got to feel good.
Yeah, win's always good to get. Jake did a good job today. We got a little shaky there in the middle innings, but offensively we got it going a little bit, and we're able to hold on.
Now, we talked about Poitras in the pregame with Tyler, and you said he had to be one of the guys to step up, especially on the mound. He hasn't started much this season. Are we going to be seeing more of him throughout the playoffs?
Yeah, he's one of our key guys on the mound. It's just the way the schedule's worked. He hasn't had, opportunities to get up there and start, but he felt good about today. We told him late last week that this was the plan, so he went out and did what he had to do. He was good.
6 innings, 6 strikeouts for Poitras today. Coach Ohmschneider, very satisfied. Coach Ohmschneider with today. Coach, once again, awesome job.
Thank you.
Adam Gracie, a strong defensive effort. 1 for 4 today. All around a great team victory for you guys.
Yeah, it was a good day. Poitras shoved, did well late in the game offensively, so really strong outing for the boys. It took a little while to get going, but we played well in the end, and we got it done. So
back up to 5-10. You're in a good spot for the playoffs. Is that where the mindset is right now, is the playoffs, or is it, next game up?
One game at a time for sure. We got a tough week next week, but definitely mindset ahead on playoffs, and hopefully we can get a good seeding and win some games.
3 the next 5 on the road for the Cardinals. 9-3 win here. Gracie, as usual, one of the best shortstops in the SEC. Well, that's all we've got. Once again, for Keegan Hamlet, Tyler Sumner, Mike Sumner, the rest of our fabulous crew, I'm Brady Kudo. We thank you for making history with us tonight.